Hey everybody, and welcome shipheads to another episode of Mail Call again. My name is Dua Lipa.
My name is David Crosby.
Ooh, we do have an in memoriam segment coming up, in which that is a segment in which we pack up and ship a item that sold because somebody recently died.
Did he die yesterday? Right? Was that when it was, or was it today?
I was actually thinking it was a couple days ago because I'm not positive.
Oh, has it been that long ago?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely, when I heard about it, it wasn't on the day it happened. It had already happened like a day earlier, and yeah, I don't know.
I just heard today he died. Oh God, died last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Apparently, I didn't hear that. But yeah, this guy messaged me about this record, and I didn't even know he had died at that point. So,
yeah. Did it say there how? I didn't really hear how. Was it just like old? He die of old?
Old.
Right.
I think he was at like 43 years old, so he's pretty old.
43?
I think that's pretty old. I don't know how old he is.
What are you doing right now?
I'm saying because aren't you 43? You're an old bastard.
I gotcha. Yeah, I guess I was confused because you are also 43, so I didn't get that you were
81 years old.
You know when my birthday is, right?
June 23rd.
I'm actually encouraged by that. I'm actually encouraged by that because I thought you did for sure for some reason. And yeah, I mean, very close. Hodap's is the 23rd. Mine is the 24th.
And, I know you guys were back to back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which way
so when you said 23rd and then no, I thought for sure I always got to get to 24. God damn it. And I didn't want you to because I have absolutely no idea at this point in time when your birthday is. So you can do with that what you want. You can do a bit about it, or you can just tell me, or you could never tell me. But yeah, that's just the thing. I don't know when your birthday is, and other than you telling me, I guess I could ask around, but I can't just like look on Facebook or anything. So yeah, I'm just kind of out in the dark on this one. Yeah.
I keep it hidden on Facebook to find out who my real friends are, and since I hit it, I have not gotten one happy birthday on Facebook since I hit it.
I mean, yeah, we all know how that Facebook game works.
I know.
I
feel like mine's a.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say I have a month to guess, so and it's only I really only have one that I feel like might be right, but that's is it April?
No,
not April. Okay, yeah. I
feel like mine's an easy one to remember. I feel like it's a day after a certain holiday.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, okay. So we're playing that game now. Then is this what we're doing?
Yeah, and it's also 2 days. 2 days after. That'll kind of give it away, I think.
Okay, yeah. Stick with the day after holiday just for now, because that could yield some fun. Trying to figure it out. Obviously, the first thing I thought was July 5th. I don't believe it's July 5th.
No.
Okay. See, I'm also trying to cheat a little bit and use what you started to say, which I myself encourage you not to say. But now I'm like, wait, what was he gonna say?
There's no way you'd guess what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Then I think I've given you this hint before when you've asked me when my birthday was.
Oh, we've done this segment before, have we? But just in real life.
We have in real life, correct? Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, is it like a President's Day thing, or is it like a legit holiday?
Legit holiday.
Okay. You're not trying to Arbor Day me or anything?
No. And it's not okay, I'll give you a clue. It's a holiday, but you don't get a day off.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not like a major holiday.
Okay.
So it might be Arbor Day.
Well, it's not a major holiday?
It's not. It's not Arbor Day.
I was gonna say
I don't know.
I was gonna say, but I think this is a moving holiday. I think it's on a different day every year. When you said you don't get a day off, I thought you were trying to play a game where like you don't get a day off for the holiday, and it's Easter, so it's Easter Sunday, so you just are off because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that doesn't end up working out in the end.
No.
All right. Well, I mean, I it's not Thanksgiving or Christmas, is it?
No.
Yeah. Oh man. Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, July 4th. Like those are the heavy hitters.
Those are a major one, but it's not a major one.
Are we looking at some kind of Labor Day, Memorial Day bullshit?
Labor Day and Memorial Day are not on the same day every year.
Oh, okay. Neither one of them are.
No.
Right, and that's the thing too, is it has to be one that's on the same day of the year. So god damn it. See, I knew this was going to be good because I had a feeling that there was going to be someone. I'm sure it's pretty obvious. I mean, all right. Well, let's start business here, and let me just let's just leave that out there. And I don't know if I'm even gonna have time to think about it here. But
the viewers can comment below what they think it is.
Yeah. Drop your guess for Rick's birthday in the comments.
Are we live? Are we live now? Can we play this game yet? I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, that's not gonna be a quick turnaround. We're gonna have to wait till people listen. Yeah. Oh shit. It's just so typical of you that it would be, of all the holidays I said, like of course it couldn't just be one of those. Gotta be difficult. I mean, I legitimately can't think of any other holidays.
I mean, I can think of two that you haven't thought of.
Oh, okay. Is it 2/15?
It is.
All right. There we go. And see, that's the great thing about that is now I won't forget. I still might, but I shouldn't because of all that.
My other guess is I'm pretty sure it's 2 days after Michael Jordan's birthday.
Ooh.
And I figured you knew when Michael Jordan's birthday was, but
yeah, I did. I don't know if I do. I might have forgot. Yeah, it is 2-something though, for sure.
I think it's the 13th.
You think it's 2/13?
I think so, because my dad's birthday is the 12th. I remember thinking, like, Michael Jordan, my dad, Michael Jordan, and Valentine's, then me.
Wow. All right. I'm going to the videotape here.
I mean, going to the videotape.
I'm going to Wikipedia to look this up.
Like, what?
Okay, so what did you say you thought it was? The 13th?
The 13th, I think. Or is it the 17th?
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, born February 17, 1963.
17th, so 2 days after. Okay.
Well. Wow. All right. Let's start.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about sales for the last couple of days?
A lot of sales, not a lot of big sales, but I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have used just like one big one to really beef it up.
Yeah. Yeah, overall it wasn't too bad. 18 sales for $350 after fees and stuff before shipping. So we're not going to hit it, but
we're not. No.
Unless we get a big sale in the next 3 hours,
which could absolutely happen.
Yep. I just turned my ringer on so we can hear a live one.
Yeah. Get that ching ching. There's a couple really interesting things that happened with where stuff sold to and stuff that was bought. So yeah, I'm gonna try to remember those as we go.
Okay.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Okay. All Item number 1. Ooh, I was going to look this up. I feel like his name is probably pronounced Baz. It's B-A-S. Bass Rutten's mixed martial arts workout.
Yeah. Interesting one. Yeah, definitely. $3.65 to ship this medium mail.
Oh.
I'm expected to have no errors with pirate ship today, so no refreshing on your end.
Yes,
now that we figured out what that issue was.
Solid reminder, because I hadn't thought of it, and I might have just done it without thinking. Yeah, mixed martial arts workout. Sold for $32.64. Profit $20.67. That was listed in August of last year. How many months ago is that? Quick math, go.
9.
Ooh.
I don't know.
No, that's way too many. I think it's like 5.
I think what happened is William from Burleson, Texas, was started a workout for New Year's and resolution, but didn't like it, so he's going to switch over to Boz.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
I hope he bought whatever his previous workout was from Vandalay Online Inc. The next item is a Bose control panel, Bose radio control panel. This was a for parts only sale or item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I had one of these Bose systems that didn't work. I don't remember what the story was with it, but I took the speakers out and this little control panel thing out. I think maybe I don't remember if there's anything else, but I sold the speakers for a decent amount of money, so I think I made up for that just on those speakers.
If we had merch, we would have a T-shirt that said they would have like a picture or some kind of graphic of like a radio like in pieces or something like that in pieces, and it would say part it out. That would be, that would be a merch item for us. Yep.
I like it. $3.90.
All right, Bose thing sold for $23.69. Profit $17.22. Ooh, got an easy one here. This one also sold in August, so I know that was 5 months ago. 2 in a row. That makes it nice and easy. Hopefully, all the sales are from August tonight. The listings.
I'm sure it will be.
Better than average chance. Up next, we have a pair of pants from Duluth Trading Company.
Now, did you ever wear Duluth Trading Company pants in all your days?
Actually, yes. One of maybe my favorite pair of pants ever in my life was a Duluth Trading Company pair of probably similar to these cargo pants.
I helped the poor cart man the other day.
How so?
It was like one of those. I think maybe it was a couple weeks ago when they were getting all that snow.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just the parking lot was all slush.
God. Yeah.
And he had a big line of carts, and he was not moving.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Nope.
Yeah, and I think a lesson learned by him, so I helped him push it up there.
Oh, nice. That was awesome of you.
But yeah, it was just a kid, I don't think he knew any better, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was like, I suppose those electric ones don't work in this kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I don't think it would.
Yeah.
8:30 because it's going in a padded flat rate envelope.
Oh, perfect. Duluth Trading Company. Oh, go ahead.
I said at least the padded flat rate envelopes didn't go up in price since the new change.
Yeah. Don't fuck with my PFRs. Duluth Trading Company pants sold for $24.61. Profit $10.07. Listed in October, which I guess would be 3 months ago. Up next, we have, I think, a very interesting lot. 7 Betamax movies. You came into some Betamax recently. Did we talk about this already?
I don't remember. Yeah, probably, because you just sell one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of. I think I paid $5 for a box of these, and I've sold the Alien one for last time.
That's right.
I don't remember how much that one was. I don't remember how much that was.
I don't.
Maybe $15 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say 15, maybe 20. I had in my head. Do you recall if your family had a Betamax player?
We did not. We had a VCR.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. Is in my head, I always thought Betamax was like really the precursor to VCR. So I thought once VCRs hit, I thought Betamax was pretty much like, like what happened to records with CDs. So I thought Betamax just completely disappeared. But I think we were VCR people too. I don't think I have ever seen a Betamax player or tape in person.
I think it was more like not necessarily a record to CD change, but I think it was more like a Blu-ray versus HD, or I don't remember what they called that other one. When they came out with Blu-ray, then they had the other one.
Yeah, like 4K or
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I know basically it was a war to see who would win, and Blu-ray ended up winning, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
No, this would probably be media mail, right? Because these are movies.
Yeah, I would think so. Just want to call out a few of the movies in this lot. Robin Hood. We have Cactus Flower and Stuntman and Gung Ho.
Robin Hood was a Disney one, I think, and then the other ones I'd never heard of. $5.75 to ship that.
All right, 7 Betamax tapes sold for $18.51. Profit $9.58. Listed 3 days ago.
Did you list the rest of those Betamaxes, or are they still some in the queue?
Yeah. Did you tell me what to do with those? Because I don't remember that we got a resolution on that.
I told you just put in. What was the issue? It was asking for dimensions or weight or something.
It said there was a weight, an issue with the weight, and the weight was listed at 1 pound, and then standard. I think probably like CD dimensions. Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever it was. Sorry, whatever it was. It said that there was an issue with the weight, and the weight said 1 pound. So what should I do?
Let me just list one.
Oh, you're looking at it.
Oh yeah, I don't have any weight or anything in there, so I think the answer is just put like 8 ounces, put a random 644 dimensions and media mail, and list it. So if it says 1 pound in there, I'll just change it to like under a pound.
Okay, then, gotcha. So you just did that and that worked.
Well, actually, I didn't.
Oh.
There you go. I actually didn't list it.
Like
now that you said it, I was doing it. I had it up. Okay, listing. I was pretty confident that that's what it was, so I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard you tapping and stuff, so I thought you were just doing one.
Yeah. No, I was doing it, and then I just saved for later. I didn't actually do it.
Okay, but you just did it, and it went up.
Yep. It went through.
Okay. All right. With that resolved, we move on to the next item, which is a lighter insert. A rare lighter insert, no less.
I don't know how rare this. I mean, it is rare because there isn't any other out, but I got a case of these.
Interesting. So I think I remember.
So hopefully they.
I think I remember listing those. Wasn't it like 30 or 34?
Yeah, or something like that. There's a bunch of them. So it's good to at least get that first sale to kind of hopefully start them off. $3.90.
All right. Lighter insert sold for $10.74. Profit $3.76. Those were listed 10 days ago. Next, we have a set of 5 Minnesota Twins programs, scorecards, and yearbooks. Not 5 of each, a total of 5 of those variety, 5, yeah. I imagine. Yeah.
What do you feel about the Twins off-season moves?
I remember, and this is really the only thing I know about what they've done. I remember first hearing that they were looking to move Arise, and I was like, well, that sucks. And that's like, I legitimately, when I was as bored as I could be with baseball last summer, which happens every summer because like we put on every game here, I would be, if I was in the room, I would be doing whatever. I often did crosswords during the games, whatever. I would stop what I was doing to watch an Arise at bat, like legitimately, because he was so entertaining. He was one of those guys where, kind of like they used to say with Mauer, like, the at bat doesn't start till he's down 0-2, and then the game really, really begins. So, and it was true. Like, he always got down 0-2, and then like 10 pitches later, he'd be like, "This dude's still up. What's going on?" And he was just so demonstrative, and like, he would always like swing and then like spin around, like jump and spin around from the force of his swing. Oh yeah, like Arise was a whole vibe, no question. So I was pretty bummed, but it seems like ultimately it's probably best for the team overall. But whatever, I will probably miss him more than what they got in return for him will do for the team. I will appreciate that. So I don't know. That's really all I know that they've done. I guess when I think of the Twins, especially this time of year, I do kind of think like, boy, I do get burnt out on the Twins every year. But right now, yeah, it's cool to think of a nice summer night with the ball game on for sure. Yeah. So.
I saw they just picked up a center fielder today, I think.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see it was a center fielder. I just saw outfielder. So that must be the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not surprising. I'd never heard of him, which isn't a comment on whether he's well known or not. It's how much I know about baseball currently. So no idea.
$8.18.
$8.18. I don't think I've been to a game since I went to a game with Meyer like a week or two before I like came out here in 2019. I remember, and that would be the last game I've been to. So that could be something to think about this summer.
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins scorecards, etc. sold for $24.14. Profit $9.65. Listed 5 months ago in August. Another August. Then we have a battery charger. Woodward Schumacher 6-amp battery charger. Boy, Woodward Schumacher, that is a mouthful for a brand name. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I like the name Woodward for a dude, though. I don't know if it was a dude, but yeah, Woodward. That's great.
Woodward, clean your room.
I really like that. What I love is that I've never heard it. I don't feel like so. Yeah, Woody.
Yeah. You suppose that's Woody's like full name?
Woody Boyd.
Woodward. Huh?
Woody Boyd or Woody from Toy Story?
I was going Woody Toy Story, but I don't know who Woody Boyd is. I guess
Woody Boyd was Cheers.
Oh, gotcha.
Do we know any other Woodies? Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Woody Guthrie, I think, was a folk singer. Woodrow Wilson. I don't think he was Woody publicly anyway. Do you think Woodrow Wilson was Woody behind the scenes to friends and family? President Woody.
I think he would get pissed if he called him Woody.
Do you?
It's President Woodrow. To you.
Why does President Woody make me giggle so much? See, I went to refresh pirate ship. We didn't really talk about this because I just told you it was just figuring out why it was doing what it does, causing that problem. I didn't really get a chance to talk about why would I do that, because there must have been a point where you wondered to what end would you need to refresh pirate ship when you don't even use pirate ship now.
Right.
And I just had a moment where just for a second it was a moment where I would have done it just then, and the reason why is because it's just kind of an OCD thing where I like seeing the ones that we've already done gone, and they're still there until you refresh it. So that's why I would do it. And so, I mean, still completely meaningless, but
and I understand because I do it too, because you bring it up and you want the next one to be on top.
Sure. Yeah.
But I get it.
But then again, I can't even say that for me, because I don't care what's on top, because I'm, I don't need to look at it. I'm only there by choice, because I would pop over there and see how many we have left. So it was kind of like a thing where I'd refresh and see how many we have left. And yeah, I miss it. I'll be honest. I do. I miss it, but I'm okay. I'll just scroll down this whole order and try to find where the first item was, like a peasant, so I know how many we have left.
I was gonna say, you could go into eBay and then look at the items that are ready to ship, and then you can refresh that.
That's a pretty strong point. Point.
Then you could actually click on it, and if you're interested in what it is, you could actually see what it is.
Yep. This is what's happening. This is happening now.
Oof, we're innovating here.
That's a good call.
$15.81 to ship that bad boy to Texas.
Okay. $13.81, did you say?
I think so.
Don't recall what this item. What was this? What was this item?
That's a battery charger.
The battery charger, Woodward. Sold for $53.91. Profit $27.54. Listed 7 days ago.
Here's a fan favorite.
A fan favorite. A fresh fan favorite. Lot of 10 John Deere matchbook.
Is this the last one? I didn't really see it. I didn't look in there if there was more than that, so yes.
Yes. If yes, it says stock one. So if that's this one, then yes.
In inventory, it's the stock one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
$366.
John Deere matchbooks sold for $10.74. Profit $4.17. Those were also listed 10 days ago. Oh shit! I forgot one of the interesting things that happened. There was two. We've already done them. There was two. Was it Plano, Texas? Two back-to-back items that sold to Plano, Texas. So as I'm going through, I'm like, oh, double order for one person. Not a double order. Two back-to-back items sold.
They're probably friends are like, hey, you got to check out this guy's eBay store. So sweet.
Yes, because that is a thing that definitely happens. And then I will get to the next thing. It involves these next couple items. First one being a Norwegian Christmas pot holder. We always like to acknowledge those folks buying Christmas items in January.
Yep. Staying in Minnesota, of course.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Mankato. $3.64.
Norwegian Christmas potholder sold for $11.93. Profit $6.45. Listed 7 days ago.
That was only 7 days ago?
That's what she says. I don't know. That's what it said. Why would it say that? Wait, what did I say? Maybe I saw the year wrong. Oh, yeah, it was 2022. Yep.
Okay. I was gonna say,
January 2022. Yep. Next, we have a coffee mug that is Norwegian, Norway, it says. It also says Scandinavian. I don't know if you were just throwing out all the...
this is a Cara item, so she would have been the one that done it. So, yeah,
oh, that's right. Yeah. I definitely had to add this. So, yeah, also 2 items that were sold to the same city. Here we have 2 back-to-back Norway items.
Right.
2 different people. What are the odds of that? Now, here's the thing, and it kind of bothers me. I'm going to be honest with you. I really feel like you undersell this type of shit, and I think it's fucking crazy. And you're just always kind of like, yeah, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. 2 Norway items, a Christmas pot holder, and what is this? A coffee mug. Norway items sold back to two different people in the world. Well, that's insane.
Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo or Cinco Maya.
I
don't know. That's kind of a big deal in Norway.
I don't know what yesterday was. What now?
Cinco Maya.
What are you talking about?
It's a Norway independence.
Are you making? You can't be making this up.
Okay,
Did you look it up that quick?
No, that's the actual independence. It's not. It's in May, but I don't know.
That is an actual thing, but it's not.
Yeah,
now.
it is an actual thing. Yeah.
Wow. How do you even know about that though?
It's like this big celebration that they have in like Sunburn.
Oh, like back home. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Huh. All right.
I have it boxed up, but I feel like this isn't going to be good enough for this. I don't know. It's pretty solid. How much did this sell for?
$15.
All right, we'll take a chance. Ooh, and it keeps under a pound. I got to keep it. Maybe I'll throw a fragile sticker in there. That always saves it, right?
Why is it not crazier to you that 2 Norway items sold back to back? Why is that not insane? God damn it! That's exactly what I'm talking about. What? How is it?
Okay.
If you have a reason, I'm here for it.
607. I would say if it was on the same account, maybe it's because it's in the same category. So like usually if you sell something in one category, it kind of bumps up all your other ones to get more views.
Okay.
But this is completely different account. So yeah, It is really kind of crazy. I'll give you that. I'll admit to it.
And also in turn, I will acknowledge that I do always forget that when something sells, it affects the algorithm of everything else.
Right. Yeah.
Like it does pop other stuff up, and I do always forget that. So yes, I'm super relieved that they were on different accounts so that you can acknowledge that. Because if they weren't and you just said that, I'd be like, God damn it, fuck, you're right. Shit. Now I'm yelling like an asshole for no goddamn reason. The Norway coffee mug, which apparently isn't that big a deal, sold for $15 and sold for $15. Profit $6.09. And I definitely had to add that. So I don't know how long that's been around.
I don't know. It's been a long time. So I pulled it off the shelf and it had some dust on there. I had to clean it.
Did you have an idea of where that was? Or did she?
Yeah, I have a shelf where I have a bunch of old mugs that I've had forever. So I kind of thought maybe it was there.
Yeah.
If I wasn't there, I would have been I would have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was there.
Okay, then up next we have a power supply AC adapter.
This is a Stairmaster power supply.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that part. I was actually looking at that, and I thought I saw it said Stairmaster earlier, but I was just kind of glancing at it right now, and I was thinking it said genuine Star Master Power, and I was like, yeah, that seems like a name of something. That makes sense.
And it was for parts because they had cut off the end, so they'll have to be rewired up.
Wow, so fascinating, the things people buy.
But I mean, rewiring it's pretty easy.
Yeah. I realized something recently that's kind of just a silly thing, but something I definitely should have realized long ago. I feel like I don't remember it before I went to Texas, but I feel like when I came back from Texas, I remember people were calling you the Rick, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I haven't confirmed this with anybody else, so this is just me thinking I realized something really stupid that I didn't get. I assume that was because of The Rock.
No.
Or was that not the case?
Nope. 857 for that.
Wow. Okay. But was there some story to it? Damn it! I'm totally not working right now. Nope.
857.
Okay. I'm all fucking sprung over here. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you take another edible gummy tonight?
Like 5 hours ago.
There was an ad campaign put out by the people at ESPN where they had the Rick.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, I had a thought at some point in the last few months where I was just like, oh, The Rock? Oh, that, okay. And I was like, it's so stupid because I always thought it was a really funny nickname because I didn't know where it came from. And I thought I thought it was just funny to say the and then somebody's name, like calling you the Rick, as opposed to just like any old other Rick, you know? So yeah, anyway.
Maybe I should throw it out, like if I'm cooking or something and just it's like Cara's doing her thing, the kids are doing it, just start yelling, "Do smell what the Rick is cooking!"
See, you say maybe, and I say, how is there even a question about whether you should do that or not?
That would be funny. I should I should record it too.
God. Yeah, you should do all that. All the stuff that you just said, do.
I probably won't, but yeah.
Oh God, no! Of course. All right. Stairmaster power supply sold for $41.62. Profit $27.27. Listed. I don't know, about 6 weeks ago, December 11th.
Sounds all right.
Ish. And here we are at the in memoriam segment. David Crosby record. If I could only remember my name.
$4.35.
David Crosby record sold for $34.59. Profit $22.50. Listed September of 2022. I just decided that anytime we have an item sell because somebody died, I'm going to do the entire item in this voice. Yes.
I like that.
But that's over with. Moving on.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Next we have a CD. King Diamond, album title The Eye. King Diamond. I feel like that was one of the like heavy metal CDs that I worked on out here. Is that?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. King Diamond doesn't strike me as a super heavy metal name. It kind of sounds more like a Kiss, like a glam type band.
Well, it looks pretty heavy. I mean, the artwork is stereotypical heavy metal type.
I just mean the name, though. You know what I'm saying? Like King Diamond.
No.
Yeah. Did you say you guys went to or are going to a Timberwolves game this season? Or was I just making that up?
Making it up.
Completely. Okay.
Yeah. We actually talked about it this weekend with CD, that's not good. With the couple that we went out to eat with, the Aarons. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah, infamous Aarons, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, they talked about getting tickets to the game that they celebrate Crunch's birthday, which he said is a lot of fun for kids.
Awesome.
But I don't know when that is. I think we might be gone in Hawaii at that time. So.
Oh, okay.
We're probably not going to make it to a game.
I just remembered I forgot to tell you, considering how much I was exclaiming about the Norway items, I forgot the biggest thing. So I think you're lucky that I forgot, because if I would have remembered this in the moment, I might have, like, I don't know, blown out your phone speakers or something. I'm sending you a picture. I'm texting you a picture.
Don't send it text.
You can't get a text right now?
I can't get a text right now.
Okay. Well, then I'll just have to tell you, while I was putting the second of the Norway items before went out into the order, I was listening to random music. I had listened to an album, and then it was like playing random shit in the same genre after that album. And a song by Gila Band was playing as I was putting the second Norway item into the order, and the name of the song by Gila Band was Going Norway.
Really?
Yes. Is it? Now that's crazy. Because I don't even know why I looked at my phone right then. I think maybe because I liked the song, so I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And it was a song called "Going Norway" on the second Norway item that I was doing. Yeah, totally forgot about that.
So where do you listen? What do you listen to your music on?
Like the platform, or like my phone, or Apple Music.
See, Apple's listening in what you're doing, spying on what you're doing.
But I hadn't said anything.
This guy's into Norway stuff. So, well, they can see the laptop. They got everything.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That tracks. But just like they're listening, I was like, it's not like I'm sitting here going, okay, and up next into the order, I'm gonna put this Norway item, just completely alone in a room. Yeah. Maybe I should start doing that. That could be fun, actually. Also, just finally getting to the realization that this King Diamond CD is probably $3.49 shipping. Is that
$3.65?
Oh, that's right. I gotta adjust. I gotta make that adjustment. Actually, I'm probably, now that I think about it, just gonna keep saying $3.49 just to remind you constantly that they up their King Diamond CD sold for $18.89. Profit $10.28. Listed December 10th. Up next, we have a Ralph Lauren rugby polo shirt. I'm a little conflicted on this because I feel like sometimes I say Ralph Lauren and sometimes it's Ralph Lauren. I don't know. What is it? You tell me.
I say Ralph Lauren, but
just Lauren.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it could go either way.
This probably won't surprise you to learn, but it really bothers me when, like, especially like the biggest example is in sports, when a guy has a last name that is a little out of the ordinary. So it's a unique pronunciation, but by the time the guy's been around and a professional for 8 years, we could all get on the same page of how to pronounce that shit, right? I mean, it's a small world now, especially, and we should all come to one pronunciation. I just really hate it. I don't know if I mentioned it. I loved it so much. I probably have mentioned it to you before, but it was my favorite part of watching Gophers games to see how many different ways the various college announcers pronounced Ibrahim. Because Ibrahim, just like all over the place with the vowels, and it was just so funny. It's just like it's the same name all the time. and the thing is, the craziest thing about it is some of the guys that would say it wrong would also say it correctly in the same game. Yeah. So it's just like, how are we changing the pronunciation of a name?
Ways, yeah.
Yeah, right. Cover my ass here.
And I feel like if you're gonna be like an announcer or something, you go through the roster first and you verify everyone.
That has to be a thing.
Could be either way, right? Yeah, you have to go through.
That has to be a thing. Yes. So with that having to be a thing, how does it still happen?
I don't know.
I mean, people can make mistakes. You get on the air, you forget, you make a mistake. Right. I can accept it, but it's so often. It's all the time. Like I said, and Dave probably got sick of hearing it because I love talking about it.
You think he got sick of it? He's like, oh, that's an interesting story.
He probably can't even hear me. I'm like 4 feet away, and he probably has no idea I'm talking.
488 to ship that Ralph Lauren shirt.
Mm-hmm. Sold for $23.47. Profit $15.08. Listed in October. Beginning of October, so almost 4 months ago.
I know that was a little subtle right there, but
what? Did I miss it?
I felt like it was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, what did I miss?
I said Ralph Lauren.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally missed that. No. Our next item is a Harley-Davidson rubber stock foot peg set. 2 of them, I think. Is there 2 of them?
It is.
Yeah. Interesting Dave story that I can share with you. It was a couple nights ago, like middle of the night, and I think it was maybe Sunday night, I bet, because after we do work calls, it usually takes me a little while to fall asleep because it's so electric here.
So jacked up, yeah, sure. I get it.
And honestly, that's a real thing. So I was up, and I think it was like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm in my room, and I suddenly, I don't know, I was hearing noises outside of my room, out in the house, and so I kind of popped open my door, and I saw Dave standing over by the patio door. And I think he even had it open. Now the patio door has a glass sliding door and then a sliding screen on the other, on the outside. And he had the glass sliding door open. And I opened my door and I see him immediately over there. And I'm like, Dave. And he responded pretty normally, I thought. He was like, yeah. I was like, what's going on? And he was like, oh, I was looking for the little boy. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, this motherfucker, he's not sleepwalking because he's, conscious, but he clearly, and I've seen this when he falls asleep in the chair in the living room constantly. Sometimes he just wakes up, and for about 20 seconds, I I see him looking around or like reaching out to something that is absolutely not there that he is seeing, because he's still like in his brain, like in a dream or whatever. His brain, is so. Yeah, he's like, I'm looking for the little boy. Do you know where the little boy is? And I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And so so I just kind of started trying to talk to him just to kind of try to like wake him up and make him kind of realize what was going on. And so I mean, that just kind of played out like that, where he was convinced there was a little boy. I'm not sure what age this child was supposed to be, but he thought there was a boy that he was in charge of looking after. And when he woke up, he was like, oh shit, I fell asleep and there's this little boy I'm supposed to be taking care of. So he was, and so he was telling me why later, he was telling me why he was at the patio door. There is, I can't remember exactly what it is. It might be a little bunny rabbit, but there's a little statue on the patio, out of that sliding door. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I thought that was the little boy. And I was just like, God damn, that is so fucked up and like creepy and scary. And so, so eventually, like, I just kept talking to him. I was just standing there. We were standing in the middle of the dining room, like half in the dark because it was the middle of the night. And he was, and then he got to the point where he was like, okay, so like, the little boy isn't here. And I was like, okay, it's good that you're there.
Yeah.
But where I need you to be before I can comfortably let you go back to bed is to acknowledge that there actually is no little boy. Like, that little boy, he's not here. He doesn't exist. That's not a real thing. And so eventually he got there. It was maybe 3 or 4 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But wild 3 or 4 minutes.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. My brother, our sister's husband, my brother-in-law, he's probably like 25 or 6. He still sleepwalks. Almost every night.
Oof.
And it's funny because you hear the stories, but I'm sure it's not funny for him. I'm sure he's, because he's always like doing this random shit and doing shit, and like, what are you doing? Like,
Yep.
And it's almost. I don't think it's every night, but it's definitely multiple times a week that happens.
It's funny too, because I've had the thought as living here with a soon to be 80-year-old man, and like I've had the thought like, well, I mean, everything's going pretty well, and blah 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 and whatever, and aside from driving off the road 3 times and stuff happens, but overall, and then like something like, and I've been thinking like, man, what if he just like starts wandering at some point and like goes outside in the middle of the night in the winter, and like I don't know it because it's the middle of the night. So like I just happened to be up at 2:00 that morning. He was trying to walk out onto the patio, the snow-covered patio in the middle of a January night with no shoes on or socks. Not that that matters much, but so it's just like, oh boy, it's just because there's just nothing you can do.
It can be scary, for sure,
Yeah.
But this is like the first time this happened. You've never run this before. Other than sleeping on the couch, you said, or?
Yeah, no, when he's falling asleep in his chair, like he'll wake up, and for a little bit, I can tell that he's like figuring out where he's at, and like I said, sometimes he'll like be talking in his sleep, and then he'll wake up and kind of be looking around, like for whatever he was like talking to. I guess I always assume.
Yeah.
I think I told you about the night I heard him yelling in his room, didn't I? Does that not ring a bell?
I don't remember. I guess no.
It was a pretty short story. So I was in my room and I heard something. I thought I heard a voice, and so again I like popped my door open, and I heard him from his bedroom, like speaking quite loudly. And so I kind of started inching towards his room to try to hear what was going on. And I think I quickly figured out that he was probably like sleeping. And so I was like, okay, so what's he talking about? And what I heard, the last thing I heard before he actually stopped right then, but the last thing he said was, okay, if you've ever played goalie, raise your stick into the air. Seriously. Yeah. And so I had my phone and like I started recording. I was like, oh shit, what else is he gonna say? And then that was it. And I got him saying like raise your sticks in the air, and I played it for him the next day, and he was like, oh yeah, you can hear that. Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, that happened a few weeks ago, and so that was kind of the first thing. And then yeah, now he's just out wandering. So oh boy, buckle the fuck up.
Right, reliving his Phi-Ed teaching days.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I told him too, and you could hear it on the brief video. I was like, that is definitely your teacher voice. So you were apparently having hockey class in there of some sort, or hockey practice or something. Yeah.
So he's got a teacher voice versus a dad voice.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Yeah, and he always talked about it. Like my mom would always, when they worked in the same school, she would always hear him directing class, and so she would always think he was like yelling at the kids. And she went in there one time to talk to him about something, and before she left, all the kids were sitting there waiting, and she was like, "Hey, do you guys feel like Mr. Gagno yells at you?" And my dad loves the story.
Yeah.
Because he says the kids were like, no, and so that was like vindication for him,
Yeah.
He's always like, I was in an auditorium, I was in a gym, I had to yell.
Right,
That's how you
sure,
Yeah. But my mom was so concerned about what people would think,
Yeah.
and so oh god.
That's funny. It'd be funny if he was like, talking in regular, like, all right, guys, line up here. We're all gonna play basketball here, and then your mom comes in. Oh, hey, honey, how's it
going? Yeah.
All the kids be looking at each other like, who is this guy?
I thought you were gonna do like he's yelling, and then my mom walks in, and then just with the kids, then suddenly he's just like, all right, you guys,
yeah.
He changes with them.
Yeah.
And as soon as she leaves, all right, you little bastards.
Yeah. She saved you on that one, but no more.
Hey, how do you feel about completing this Harley Davidson foot peg situation?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I love that. Oh, work.
8/16.
Ooh, that might be our longest item in history that we've ever taken to complete. Yeah, Harley Davidson foot pegs sold for $19.91. Profit $6.75. Those were listed 8 days ago. Next, we have a St. John's Bay cardigan. Rick? What was the...
What?
I expect one day I won't even have to say this full question, but what was the Cardigan's hit song?
Love Pool.
That's correct.
I didn't tell you the story. I was in Kohl's last week, and they're talking about, oh yeah, I like that. I heard so many people talking about trying clothes on and stuff, and I swear to God, he was like, oh yeah, that's a new what do you call it, shackets?
No way.
Wait, yeah, that must be.
You heard shackets out in the wild?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it's the thing.
Yeah. See, we had that thing, and then the next time it came up, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And I think you were saying you thought I came up with that, like you thought I coined that term, and I didn't feel like I had. In my memory, I had seen it on something, and I guess I must have thought I saw it in the listing, which wouldn't make sense because like that would have possibly come from you, but I guess it could have been Michelle too, right?
Well, yeah, it would have been clothing. It would definitely have been Michelle.
Oh, it would have been clothing, right? So yeah. But I was pretty sure I didn't. I liked the idea that I had, but I was pretty sure that I didn't. So yeah, that's awesome.
805.
St. John's Bay cardigan sold for $38.69. Profit $20.45. Listed in November of last year.
I think, gosh, I should verify this now because somebody was messaging me yesterday about this.
About the last item or the next item?
The sweater.
Okay.
And I'm just going to see if it was the same person. But she was like, "Oh, I like this sweater, but I can't pay the full price. Would you take a lower offer?" And I was like, "Yeah, what were you thinking?" And she said $5.
And what was the price?
I don't know. You just said it. What is it? $38 regular price.
Okay. Yep. Almost 39. Yeah.
And so
$5.
Yeah. Okay. So she asked me for the measurements first, and I was like, "Well, I have the measurements in the last 3 pictures. If you have anything else, let me know." I was just sorry to bother you. Question. Thanks for the update. You don't take offers, do you? And it's like, yeah, no problem. What price were you thinking? And then, so I don't want to offend you, but I'd like to ask $5. And I just said, thanks, but I'll pass. And then I left it at that. And she just said, thanks for letting me take an offer. And that was it. And then she bought it at full price.
Yeah, I mean,
the same
sometimes.
Gal. Yeah, it was the same person. So
yeah,
funny. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Especially when you're when like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it anyway because apparently I really want it. But let me just say $5 just cause.
I know.
What?
I'm not even gonna, if you're gonna lowball me like that, I'm not even gonna counter with that. Like, nah.
Oh yeah, no, because what can you counter? What can you counter to that?
Yeah, if she said 15, like half off or 18 half off, then I would have maybe countered. But $5, like,
yeah, no.
I'm saying, lady.
How about 5? Oh, I don't know. How about 25? Like, that's such a ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
I do that if somebody sends me an offer, like if I have offers on a $50 item and somebody offers me $5, and I'll just, whatever they offer me, I'll take that off. So like 45. And then if they go up $1, then I'll go down $1 just to fuck with them because I know they're not going to buy it anyways.
Right. Yeah.
You waste my time, I waste your time, buddy.
Yep. All right. The next item is a fishing lure.
$381.
This particular fishing lure sold for $30.65. Profit $15.94. Listed all the way back in May of 2021. And finally, have there been any new sales?
I haven't heard anything.
All right, we'll go with finally for now. Our last item is a replacement Sony under cabinet spacers set.
I'm going in business with my brother-in-law on this one. I mean, he actually 3D printed these for me. So I gave him.
Fuck? I don't know. Okay. Let me rewind because I actually don't know why I said what the fuck, like because I know that 3D printers are I know that 3D printers are a thing. I'm not at all surprised to know that you're going into business in some side business with some crazy shit. So yeah, all of that totally tracks. And I don't know why or what the fuck escaped me the way it did, especially in that tone. Like, wow, okay.
I thought it was funny too. That's why I just let it hang there. I just silent.
Oh my god, damn. Yeah. So anyway, all that aside, let me just say, oh, that's cool. Is how I would have. Is how I feel like I would have normally responded.
It's like, hey, I got this sweet idea. I'm gonna come up with this idea. What the fuck? That's stupid. Yeah, that's dumb. Stupid. Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
No. The whole story of is these Sony under cabinet things they're always missing these stupid spacers, and they're like the specific spacers that you have to have, and then
and
you can't just buy them anywhere. So then I gave him one. I bought some, and I gave it to him, had him copy it for me, and so he printed out. He's printed me out 100 of them.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, 3D printers are fascinating to me. Like, that's crazy.
And he's an engineer by trade. So he's really good at like CAD shit. I don't do all that labor needs to spend. And it only costs $381 to ship, so that's.
So there's that. Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't make much money on this one because I think I had the listings kind of screwed up. Under the impression that he was getting 3 for this price, when really I kind of had it set up for just if you just wanted 1 and then the add-on. But then he's like, "Well, I need 4," and I was like, "Yeah, all right." And then I didn't realize, like, just say I'll send in 4. Just put the order, and I'll put an extra one in there.
Right.
But then I went to check it, look at the order, like, this is only supposed to be for 1, but whatever.
Yeah.
So and it is confusing because so I do need to fix it. So it's not his fault, but.
What does it cost to print them?
I'm paying like $1 a piece.
Okay. So basically, I mean, when one of these sells, you just subtract $1 from the net profit because that's not factored in anywhere, right?
Correct. Yeah. Plus, I have to also buy the screws, which I was actually just looking at because I need to buy some. And I know they're not much, like 20 cents a piece. So really, my cost is probably $1.20, $1.50 at most.
Okay.
For an individual one, so a 4-pack would be like $5.
Well, I mean, as kind of foobar as you made this particular one sound, where the guy thought it was going to be more or whatever, sold for $13.45, profit $6.69. So I mean, you can take a total bath on that particular one.
So I made a little bit, but I don't have to figure it out a little bit and adjust the listing, I guess, to make it clear. I think maybe I'll just do a 4-pack and a 3-pack, maybe, because most people need just one.
Yeah. I think, and I still don't know, and I like the idea that it's a lot more funny because there's no reason for me to have said what the fuck like that. But it's possible. It's possible that it was maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I don't know, because I was actually thinking right before you said that, I was thinking because of this job, I actually know what these under cabinet stereo spacers, I know what that is because of this job.
Oh, you do, yeah?
That's otherwise, how would I know what the hell that is?
Right. Yeah.
So I was thinking that when you said what you said about your side business, and so I still don't know why it came out like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I suppose you'll be wanting the final total.
Yep. Probably gonna be under 300, 294, I guess.
Final sales total for January 23rd and 24th, 2023. What was your guess?
294.
Ooh, a little optimistic. $240.16.
Oh, what? Who's shipping that much? Gosh, post office really screwed me over.
I don't know, but as soon as you react that way, I'm going back in to make sure I didn't put the wrong number in. Like I put like $14 instead of $1.40 or something.
I guess it's 18 orders. I guess that's probably right. I just didn't think it'd be that much shipping, but I guess probably it's a lot of orders. I guess. Need a big sale yet tonight, and then we can be good, I guess.
Yeah, that would be lovely. That would be a lovely finish.
Today's Tuesday. What you got going on? Anything tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. Just LIVIN, I guess,
Gotcha.
What about you?
Not much. I think I might go to the dog park. I got a really interesting story about the dog park. See, I don't have an actual story. I was waiting for you to cut me off and do the ending, but I was hoping you weren't gonna make me go too long for that.
I think this is the first time where we've got to this point since I started doing that, and that wasn't the first thing on my mind because I hadn't even thought of it yet. So I'm like, oh, all right, interesting dog park story. Go on. I was already thinking like, oh, okay, so dog parks are still like a thing, like in January. I didn't like. I guess okay, sure. I mean, people go out in the winter, sure. So that's where I was at. And Bill Culligan.